Smoke weed every day.
Hello! Welcome, Revali and Twixor and Chronic. You guys got in here fast. Ain't wasting no time today. Welcome aboard. Today we lift off for more Horizon. Kimberly! Good morning. Welcome. Sea Star, look at this. It's a party. We're not even 2 minutes in. It's a party.
Hello, everybody. I'm here.
Heard a beep from Discord, switched over to the stream. Good moves. Good moves. Yeah, I was just sitting here. I hate sitting here waiting for the stream. How about you? You like waiting for the stream? I don't like waiting for the stream. The urge to push that button and start early just becomes overwhelming. Okie dokie. I'm just munching on some almonds here. Yeah, I didn't have a proper breakfast. Few strips of bacon and some OJ. And some coffee. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to finish this week. You've got today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I think we'll finish in that time. We won't 100% in that time, but unless we're trying to make that a firm goal, I think we're on track to finish maybe Saturday. We'll know more. I think by Thursday we'll know more.
Blood and sacrifice brought about this twilight. Our Sun King must cleanse his father's sins. It's a bit frivolous, isn't it?
You were trying to work on a channel bot. Revali, what do you mean?
It's a bit
From scratch, or you're trying to use an existing piece of bot software, customize it for your needs? Where are we? North of Meridian. You could 100% it. You could. I could. We could. We've only got one tall neck left. One tall neck and one cauldron. And we might do those today. So what if? What if by the end of the day today we have the entire map uncovered? All the cauldrons done, overrides for most of the machines in the game. We'll have some hunting grounds, shitload of collectibles, and the story. So, we almost made it to find Gavan yesterday. Gavan was part of a find these deserters, not deserters, what was it? Fugitives. A behemoth attack smashed a wall at the prison of Sunstone Rock, letting 3 dangerous fugitives escape. They must be stopped. Rasgrund. Ulia was straightforward. Rasgrund was weird. That was the guy who left all those proximity mines for us, and then in the end he was like, you got me. Then he pulled out his thermal detonator. Basically. When we head north, we will re-engage some of the quests that we left behind. Maybe we should even head to some of those before opening up a new area. Let's go to Gavan. That's where we were going to wrap yesterday. And we spent the last few minutes of the stream looking for this vantage, reading some lore. Also really close to the Shrine of Kings. Another multi-part quest. Yeah, let's go check that out. What was the blue arrow off to the right of the map? Arrow off to the right of the map. The key? Which one were you looking at?
My boss said he lost another caravan in the machines last week. Docked my wages again. You're in for a treat. Quite a show.
So, Chronic, I know you might be wondering, but we didn't do a lot with the story yesterday, so I don't have a lot more clues about the world, the time period, the reasons for the conflict between man and machine.
This must be the Shrine of Kings that Naman told me about.
But if we get back into the story today, I think we're going to uncover some of that.
It may have been meant for
Matthew, welcome. Jay family. Welcome, Matthew. How are you today? It was the hunting grounds that you saw, Rivali? That makes sense.
You won't get in there. That dried up old prune in a robe sees to that.
I can be persuasive. But what does an Oseram want with a Karja shrine anyway?
It reminds me of someone. Gone 2 years now. But what does a girl like you know of loss?
What do you know of a girl like me?
Shiny.
I had a lover. Worked on monuments to their bastard king. Then he gave them a show in their sun ring for good measure. The Karja gave me back his broken bones, but what use are they? They won't build again. They won't make me smile.
And seeing a statue of the Mad Sun King will?
I need to see his work again. The marks his hands carved. The set of the metals they hammered. That's the soul of him. But that shriveled up old priest won't let me near it.
I'll see what I can do.
He had a lover who used to make statues. And he wants to see his work again. Honor the fallen. Sun Priest Naman sent us here. He wants to usher in a new area of reconciliation between the tribes by helping 3 pilgrims. Each wishes to mourn loved ones lost during the Red Raids, but obstacles stand in their way. Yeah, they are, Rivali. The facial movements are a little bit stiff, as We Are Woo has said a few times. It's almost like some people have their jaws wired shut when they speak. I don't find it too distracting. Notice it sometimes.
Every time I go near the statue, he shouts at me.
Oseram slaves built that thing. We deserve to have a look.
It may have been meant for the Mad Sun King, but it's ours now.
It's a public monument, not his private shrine.
Turn away, child. The abiding Jahaman wishes to be alone in his retreat.
If you want to be alone, go someplace else. Others want to pray here.
Defile it, you mean? Yet another debasement of what was once pure. Truly, our tribe has lost the light. Our king is false, our temple is corrupt, and our soldiers weak. The sun hastens across the sky for shame.
So the Karja have become impure? What does that even mean?
Is Meridian not meant for those who built it, who made it great? It was pure before Outlander squatters took it over.
You mean Meridian was pure when the outsiders were in cages or dying in your arena?
The sun is pure, child. It is not our place to question its divine will, only to act upon it.
I thought Avad taking the throne was the sun's will.
The boy dishonored his father, dishonored us all. To kill a Sun King. What shadow, what twilight time he brought upon us.
And how many more would the Mad Sun King have killed if Avad hadn't stopped him?
The sun called for blood. There was no choice but to obey.
Damn knuckle dragging.
You called the temple corrupt, but aren't you one of its priests?
They call themselves Sun Priests, but they have no authority. Youths and sycophants all. Yet those who gave their whole lives to the sun's service are shamed and ignored.
So that's what this is. A tantrum? A cry for attention?
You know nothing of our rights, and yet you dare to insult me.
Go on, stomp your feet.
Why do you think your army is weak? Because you're not at war with everyone?
A Karja throne relying on forged dirt mercenaries? Preposterous! The so-called liberation was nothing but a purge. Our most blessed warriors, chased out of the city, exiled to Sunfall and the Forbidden West. Our tribe is torn. The ones who walked in light now go by shadow.
And yet everyone but you seems happy they're gone. I'm done arguing with you. Stay or go, but I won't allow you to keep others away.
I am here by the will of the sun.
You're a coward. No authority here. Apparently this guy does not understand issues of the heart or doesn't care for them. He's certainly not willing to reason. No. It's time to step
You
aside.
believe in the old regime, but not enough to die for it or be exiled. That's some conviction.
Heathen. My conviction blazes like the noonday light.
Then stop me from bringing in the Oseram.
I cannot.
I thought so.
That's right.
There'll be a
You
reckoning.
cannot.
You'll back away from it.
Is it just me, or do Karja people walks? They have places to be.
Yeah, move along. Move along.
Drop my bed from a Karja, and just like them, it's too damn soft.
You can hardly
Stay
see
busy,
it.
friend.
Seems strange to make a statue that you can barely observe from the surrounding areas. Why not make an observation platform that actually sees the statue? Matthew, am I coming to the end? No, I don't think we're but halfway through. Maybe not even halfway through the story. Hold on, there's something somewhere, isn't there? Get a % progression through the story. Isn't there something in there? Game progression. So 54% of the stuff done. That's not talking about the story, but we've certainly moved through a lot of it already, and yet most of the story remains. We've got 45 hours in it. Over the next few days, today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll put in another 20, 30 hours, and that, I think that'll probably wrap it up. But we'll see. I'm not in any particular rush. We've got 3 machine types as yet undiscovered. Kind of see their shapes there.
He gave them the best work he'd ever do. And look at it now.
They defaced it because they hated what it stood for.
They defaced a thing slaves like him lived and died for. Slaves they've already forgotten. Short-sighted bastards, the lot. If they thought their son set off this bridge, they'd jump after it. I thank you for honoring my wish.
I hope you can find peace.
I wouldn't know what to do with it, any more than the Karja do.
Plenty of work here, but none I like.
Alright. I'm gonna switch the quest back over to, instead of heading southeast to Sun's Climb and the Lake Shrine, let's go to Sunstone Rock and find Gavan. Always come back. Right after or later.
Sweat. That's how you know.
10 years ago. You went to India 10 years ago. Ironic, that must have been a hell of a trip.
Smoke.
But you've got some memories and stories and some pictures.
Always the ones you least expect to cause you trouble.
I don't get this, people thinking the game's small. Rivali, did you say that yesterday, or maybe someone else was saying that it seemed small? 45 hours at more than 50% completion. You got some high standards there. I don't think we should just accept 12-hour, $60 games as the norm. But in all honesty, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. And I'm thrilled when we have games that last 40, 50 plus hours. And the ones which last 80, 100, 200 hours, those are the phenomenal games. Those are the diamonds in the rough. I am unprepared to start demanding that games be that long or else they're too short. That just doesn't click for me. This is a long game. This is a nice, juicy, long game with a big open world and lots to do, and people are spending 100 hours in it. I just can't see that as small. Crafting 100 hours of entertainment is a big frickin' deal. Hey there, Rango. Yeah, well, Breath of the Wild is one of the largest game worlds ever created. Let that sink in for a minute. It's one of the largest game worlds ever created. There's only a handful of other games that have worlds anywhere near that large or larger, and there are a few. So, yeah, I mean, it's not small. It's not small. 100-hour games are not small. Yeah, like Morrowind. I know, there are bigger games. There are bigger game worlds than Breath of the Wild. There just aren't a lot of them. They're very few and far between. What's up, Willow, Antonok, and Rango? How are y'all doing today?
Need them soon enough.
You're Willow. You're talking about Morrowind. Isn't Morrowind known for having lots of empty space? For all that it has, and as big as it is, isn't it kind of known for having a lot of empty space? Say Breath of the Wild needs more substance. I don't know about that. Seems like a very well-populated world, although far less quest and story-driven than it was exploration-driven. We did upgrade our medicine pouch yesterday. Doubled the size of our medicine pouch. We've got extra pluses. We can have 3 of those plus indicators by our medicine pouch. Since we turned the game up to hard difficulty a few streams ago, we've been getting far less. Instead of getting 24% fills for the medicine pouch, we're getting 9 and 15. I look forward to whatever story bits they add to Breath of the Wild. But even the mechanical changes, just bringing the hard mode, the path of the hero, the footstep tracking on the map, that's going to re-engage me.
Don't let your guard
And then
down.
dungeon full of trials, challenge dungeon. Yeah, definitely. Is Dishonored worth playing? Yeah. That was, there have been a few games that I've come to really like that were really hard for me to get into. Dark Souls, I tried to get into that 3 or 4 times and just flopped before ever committing to learning it and playing it. One of my favorite RPGs of all time, Kingdoms of Amalur. I played that for a few hours and thought it was boring as hell, and I had to get 5, 6, 7 hours into the game before it really caught me, and now it's one of my favorite games ever. Dishonored was another one. It's not one of my favorite games ever, but I really enjoyed it. It's a well-done game. It is mechanically different from a lot of others.
No shadows under the noonday sun.
The powers and the stealth in that game are a lot of fun to play with, but I tried 2 or 3 times to get into that game and failed. It just wasn't clicking for me. Eventually, I pushed through that and found it was a really good game underneath.
If Visca Vaughn came through here, the inn seems like a good place to start asking.
The Nora. A book. A book on the Nora. Matthew, Pillars of Eternity, or what? Which game are you thinking of? Wasn't there another one with the same abbreviation? Path of Exile. Path of Exile. Not familiar with that one really, but Pillars of Eternity's a very solid isometric RPG. I tried to stream it once and got burned out because there was this mix of well-spoken, voiced character work for the main characters, but it was a mix. You'd have a conversation that was 50% voiced and 50% text. And I felt obligated to read all that extra dialogue. Character would talk for a couple minutes and we'd sit here and enjoy it, and then mid-conversation it would switch to just text. So I would feel obliged to read that. It was a tremendous amount of reading. I lost my voice trying to do that. Willow! Yes! All those things. Jay the Amazing, the Mighty, the Transformers Killer, the Bionic. I am those things. Here's Willow. So this is Rumors of the Nora by the Well-Traveled Aram. Readers, many times I've been asked to describe that most fearsome of barbarian tribes, the Nora of the Savage East. So ferocious are the rumors of these people, you might think it was they who raided us during the dark times of the Mad Sun King, and not the opposite. Well, dear readers, though I possess bravery, there is a shadow length between bravery and certain death, and it is certain death that awaits any who trespass on the sacred land of the Nora. However, I have traveled beyond Daytower into the snow-dusted hinterlands of the Savage East, and on to the very edge of the Nora territory, now the site of a hard-scrabble trading camp known as Hunter's Gathering. There, sat around an open fire with outlanders and uncouths, I was able to gather tales and eyewitness accounts of what might be seen within the Valley of the Warrior Women. They told me another day's travel south lies the Mother's Crown, a name that suggests something grander than the fort of tree trunks and log cabins that was described to me. Still, I was assured it squats most imposingly upon a rocky outcrop far above rushing rapids and white-capped falls. From its ramparts, a series of watchtowers stretch back across the mountains, and at any sign of approach, flaming arrows arc into the air between them. For a tribe so concerned with their previous wilds, I expected less careless behavior. Those interlopers, stout or foolhardy enough to approach after this display, are turned back with another flight of arrows, this time aimed just above their heads. The Outlanders, chuckling, agreed that if Akarja showed their colors, the arrows would fly lower, and that even soldiers behind Daytower's walls grumble about being ambushed and devoured by Nora warriors. I corrected them that it was the Tenakth, not the Nora, who are known to engage in cannibalism. In fact, the Nora have only been seen to chew the bark from trees, the tough plants from the ground, and drink strange herbal brews. I propose that they may well be forbidden from eating meat, except that their strange feminine rites beneath the moon. Yes, in the benighted land of the Nora, the natural way of things goes inverted. Women rule men, and all the might of the Karja metal can be deflected by logs, leather, and hides. Ruins filled with bounteous artifacts go untouched, and great stretches of farmable land are left uncultivated. Only the machines, which the Nora greatly mistrust after some ancestral conflict or another, seem untroubled by this rampant strangeness. Father-son has no place here, and I would not be surprised to find the Nora's women god to be the moon itself. Though it is Nora women who so famously feature in tales of encounters with the tribe, and have also been cited bearing the outlandish hair and blue-painted markings of Nora warriors. It is my understanding from reading older studies of the tribe that a ritual known as the Proving allows men to battle one another to gain favor from their rulers. My curiosity to witness this and other Nora rituals sadly goes unsated, but it is my hope that His Luminance will extend an offer of alliance to these mysterious barbarians. So emboldened by the Sun King's generosity and the knowledge that I would travel with many, many well-armored blazons, I would gladly gather a first-hand account for the benefit of my readers. Indeed, I plan to employ a female scribe who might allow better parley between the Nora and I on such an occasion. A better path for a young Karja woman than working as a seller for the Oseram metal merchants in town, no? Until such a sun-touched time comes, though, I can only share with you copies from the extensive collection of sketches I have gathered over the years, mere glimpses of these bizarre, savage, and yet still strangely alluring womenfolk. Hey, Dragoon, welcome. Happy Tuesday indeed.
As the sun is my witness, never had a Nora in my house.
Well, you do now.
What about a man named Gavan?
Hey, Shags.
No, can't say I've heard that name, but we're a trading town, get a lot of people through.
All kinds, I'm sure. Like ones who don't want to be followed.
I never heard of your Gavan. If he's trouble, well, can't say I'm sorry. Now, I've things to be doing, Nora girl, if you don't mind.
Not a lot of info from the innkeeper.
Time to take a look around.
Search the inn for information. Rango, real quick, your question about Windows Defender. The only short answer is maybe. Here's the problem with antivirus, not the problem with Defender. Here's the problem with antivirus. Antivirus addresses about this much of a problem that's this big. Antivirus does not deal with most of the security threats we have. It deals with about this much of them. It doesn't matter whether you pick Windows Defender or ESET or bloody Norton or McAfee. It's still only addressing this much of a problem that's this big. So yeah, it's a perfectly mediocre antivirus, just like most of the antivirus products that are perfectly mediocre, all fallible. They all have false positives, and they all miss things, and they all kind of miss the point. The model is broken. Antivirus is not a solution for our security woes. You still need it. You still need it, but your problems are this big, and antivirus is that much of it. But most of the time, Windows Defender is about as good as others in terms of actual antivirus functionality. It does about the same.
Ah, machine riding Nora with the special spear. How lucky to come across you.
Yeah, Brian, thank you.
I have a proposal.
Thank you for the sub and support, man. Thank you so much.
Fernand.
What do you propose?
Okay, Fernand. What's your proposal?
During the reign of that idiot Karja king, Outlanders often hid items of value from raiders. Well, I found one.
What is it?
A relic from the old ones. You probably would understand it better than I do. Unfortunately, it's too high for me to reach.
Uh-huh, and you want me to get it for you?
What a brilliant plan!
I'm
You're
shocked.
a much better climber than I am, to be
Shocked,
sure.
I tell you.
Get it? Bring it back, and we'll split the proceeds.
How about I see what it is first?
That works too.
Hey, Fernand. My eyes are up here.
Huh!
I'm looking at your spear. It's magnificent, but how does it work?
You stick the pointy end into the machine.
Yes, but how does it turn foe into friend?
Yes, Kimberly.
It's simple, really.
Thank you so much for your sub and
You
support
wouldn't
all this
understand.
time. Subtrain! Kimberly, thank you so much. You guys do a lot for this. You do a lot for all of us.
What do you do exactly?
Your support.
I'm a trader of fine tinkering.
Really something.
I buy low, sell high.
But in this case, you wouldn't be buying.
Sometimes I find tinkerings as well.
I see. Let's say I'm interested. What do I need to do?
The relic rests on the rise of Dusk Mesa. Bring it to me at the Meridian Docks, and we will both profit.
We'll see about that.
Curious proposal. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. We're actually not done at the inn. Did not search the inn. We still need to search the inn. Wait, which building was the inn?
Slow and steady does it.
It's the inn. Yeah, shit. Inn. Watch out, bud. Something upstairs. Nothing yet.
Could be something around that my focus will see.
Yeah, I'm looking. There we go. Down there. Manacles. Traces of blood detected.
Hello, Gavon. You wouldn't have gotten this off without help.
Well, maybe I should
But you
follow the
didn't
trail
look for the
first. How far
horror.
does it look like it's going?
And you didn't
Off
go
that way.
alone.
Let's pick up whatever quest La Havas has. Go wandering off.
Leave me alone, girl. Can't you see I'm searching the water?
Okay, what's wrong? Has someone fallen in?
No. Have you seen a girl of about 17 and... I can't even say it.
You better say it.
Are you afraid she jumped to her death?
I don't know. Elida. My only daughter. She's gone.
Who else is searching for her?
I demanded the guards look for her, but I can't put my hope in them. They say girls run off all the time at this age. Not my Elida. I've reached out to her friends, but they say they haven't seen her in weeks. Weeks! How could I not know?
2
But
weeks.
they will look for her.
2 weeks.
I've searched everywhere, and then I thought maybe she might be here, in the water. By the sun!
Where did you last see her?
Just last night, in the house. She seemed better.
Was she ill?
She seemed withdrawn, sad. So I was pleased when she wanted to go out in the garden. That's the last I saw of her.
Has she done or said anything unusual?
She's been like a different person. She used to be such a happy girl, playing in the dirt with the boys.
What changed?
I don't know. She disagrees with me about everything. Hates the ceasefire. Thinks we never should have fought the war to begin with. It's been a month since I've seen her smile. She spends so much time in her room. I should have paid more attention.
Yeah, most parents should pay more attention.
Did something happen during the war that upset her?
The war upset us all. The cruelty of the mad Sun King. The blood on the streets. When Edamon's men fled, they stormed through here. There's a ceasefire now, of course, but Alita broods about it more than ever. It bothers her that our people are so divided.
I'm a good tracker. I could look for her. Where did you last see her?
In our garden. Please, maybe you'll find something I missed.
I'll do my best.
May the sun light your way.
And you got turned around. We were already on a trail. I'm not gonna select the new quest. Got at least one more we could pick up while we're here. There's, even though we've all been doing this in games for a long time, you get to an area that, big or small or hidden or not, seems like a, a quest hub. We get to a little village and there's a few new NPCs with side quests. I don't enjoy as much anymore, maybe, going methodically through and let's make sure to pick up every quest here. It breaks the flow, right? Now that there's more effort, in many cases, being put into side quests, fetch quests, go do me a favor quests, it kind of breaks the flow of each individual one to pick it up and then go somewhere else to pick up somebody else's task and go somewhere else to pick up somebody else's task. I think I'd rather come back 3 times to pick up 3 separate quests. Efficiency be damned. It doesn't feel right to sidetrack 3 times while trying to do one thing. Let's mark this, then we don't need to keep going into focus. Working underneath the cart. I don't think he's been crushed. I think he's doing repairs.
Never know when I might need these.
It was a charger. I think it was a rampager. We needed, or maybe we already got all our trophies for one of those lodge quests. Still need to do hunting grounds, of course.
Override's working. So did Gavan find his friends or his enemies? Suppose they're all the same to me. Looks like they weren't happy to see him back.
Don't you pass out, Todd. I'm not done with you. If you can break out of Sunstone Rock, you can take a bit of knife play, can't you? You didn't break out. You're a snitch. Come to bring Meridian down on us. This is my operation now. So I have to make a show of you.
Incoming!
Hey! Friend of yours, Gavan? Damn it!
How does a sticky bomb work anyways here? Uh-oh, it's stuck to my... Did you see where it's stuck? Not in a good place.
Let's see how much of a mess you make.
Didn't see you there. What was that? I'm gonna say that again. Fire spitter. Whoa, what's up, man? You come for more wired jaws?
I am assuming direct.
All right, a new plan.
They sent you to take me back to Sunstone?
Not to take you back.
Huh. Well, Hashiv's done your job for you.
Geneva said you were a smuggler, only for the shards. Is that true?
I could tell you anything. A sick mother, or I did it for the poor children.
But you'd be lying.
In the year I spent in the cage, all I regretted was killing that guard, because it got me caught. You can take that back to Sunstone Rock.
All right, he's dead.
Sun's coming up.
Should we drag this fire spitter around for a few minutes? It's pretty heavy. Hey, Edge, welcome. All right. Well, that would have been quick if we had done it at the end of the stream yesterday, too. That one turns in all the way back at Sunstone Rock. Go near here. Why don't we see about picking up a vessel and a figure on our way south? Hey, Lloyd, for new Hitman game. I wouldn't mind some mix-ups. Joking aside, it would be kind of cool to see some different IPs deliberately mingle. I could get some cool projects out of that. What IPs would you mix if you could? Have protagonist of one game show up in another? You know, sort of like the past few years worth of comic hero films. More and more crossovers. Sony's due for another Smash Brothers ripoff fighting game with their exclusive stuff. Water too deep to cross with this heavy weapon, I think. Is there a little point I could cross at? Any shallow points I could cross at? She's gonna drop it. If she swims even for a second, she's gonna drop it. Yeah, shoot. I was afraid of. Maybe I can pick it up from while standing here. Come on, up. Gotta stand somewhere. Come on. Can I get it? Can I get it? There was a spot, though. Spot like right here. Damn! Lost it. What I was afraid of. Rip gun! Come on! She doesn't even want to get out of the water anymore here. Shit. Try one more time. Around to it over here.
My turn.
Okay. Now stay near the edge. Now stay near the edge. Stay near the edge. Alright, you're gonna have to get around that trunk. Oh! Son of a... Okay, let's try going the other way. Go this way. Stay near the edge. Come on. You got this. Yeah! There we go. You got a big weapon, you gotta use it on something comparably big, right? Come here, Mr. Sawtooth. It's still going? Yeah! Oh shit! Hello! Uh-oh, now it's out. And I think I pissed off the locals. Oh yeah, definitely pissed off the locals. But I'm wearing my stealth gear. Uh-oh. Wonder how far that pulse goes. He's gonna let out another pulse here. Let's see. I was right on the edge of it.
Stop tensing up.
Why won't she whistle? Fast travel? Well, it wasn't. I don't know how much of a panic it looked like. I just didn't want to fight them all at once. Sure, the smallest, weakest little scrapper comes over here. And as for fast travel, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can when you've been spotted when you're in combat. Maybe you can. I don't think I've tried. One more vessel. Not a lot. Hey, there's a set. There's a set. Cracked and battered vessel once dear to the old ones bears the legend Pharaoh. Pharaoh was one of the things we saw early game. Even as a child, we saw things labeled Pharaoh in the ruins that Aloy fell into as a kid. Freeze Bellowback. Get him here. Body weak to fire. Freeze canister on the underside. Weak to freeze and tear. Body weak to fire. Where'd the freeze one go? Oh, wait, where'd the freeze one go? Is that the freeze one? That is the freeze one.
Let's make this quick.
That's right. Just a little further. Something else is gonna spoil the trap. There we go. Ow, ow. Where am I? I can't see a thing. I'm stuck in a log. Son of a... I'm getting worked. I'm getting worked. Come on. Oh shit! She just dove. Well, at least it was the cliff that got me. That was a vigorous fight. It was not supposed to be a fight versus 6 things. I regret nothing! Yeah, except gravity. A little bit of regret for that. And where were you, my trusty steed? Where were you when I needed you? I must have auto-saved, because we got credit for the vessel. Did she choke to death as she fell over the cliff? Something happened. You got the right idea. Something weird happened. I think she got killed and fell, and it wasn't sure which death was taking effect. Sure seemed like a combo. Come with me.
It looks like that machine carries fluid in those sacks. Not sure I want to find out what kind.
Oh, don't you though? Don't you though? Now come over here and mess with me. You ready to engage? Go! Go do my bidding! Protect me, minion! Uh-oh. I seem to have lost my minion. That could prove problematic. Oh, secondary trample. Come on, get closer. Hey, we got a billowback heart. Wait, what are those birdies doing? Oh man, they're gonna mess my shit up. Come on, I want that loot.
Need to keep the upper hand.
Trying to steal my loot. Hey, Eva, welcome. How are you doing? Shit. Hey, Rex. Woo! Well, that turned into a hell of a brawl. I was not using ice arrows on a frostback. I don't even have ice arrows on my bar. So it is impossible that Jay was using ice arrows on the frostback. Still. Sure, roll with that. Well, I'm sure if you had them, you would have. I do have them. I'd have to equip the warbow that has them. And actually, the freeze Bellowback does have a component that's weak to freeze, for what it's worth. Its freeze canister is weak to freeze, and its body is weak to fire. The fire one is generally weak to freeze, but its blaze canister is weak to fire, so appropriately opposite. Hey, welcome back. Sea Star, did you get something good to eat? You bring enough for everybody? Got food? Also burnt your finger? No! How'd you burn your finger?
Save these for the trail.
Broccoli and lamb. Lamb good. There's a bit of lore just laying out here on the ground. And pack is full again already. Do not ignore. It's an advertisement. Do not ignore. Open immediately. Contains important financial documents. Response required. Do not ignore this message. You've just been chosen to receive a free starter pack of Satisfy. Congratulations! You've been selected to receive a free sample of the revolutionary new dietary supplement Satisfy. The amazing Daventique. Daventique, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. You've just been selected to receive a free sample of the revolutionary new dietary supplement Satisfy. That's what you get for following today. The amazing, satiating effect of Satisfy is made possible by the latest innovations in the exciting scientific field of micronutrition. One Satisfy tablet is packed with enough essential protein, fat, vitamins, and minerals to replace a full meal. No time for lunch? You still have time for Satisfy. Take Satisfy on business trips and avoid overpriced vertiport eateries. Reply to this message and we'll send you our free starter pack of Satisfy today. Act now and we'll throw in a pack of new Satisfy Alert. All the micronutritional benefits of Satisfy, plus the stimulant effects of 2 doses of Cafe Ho. Sea Star, that's my most common and least. I hate those burns when reaching into the oven or the toaster oven and you just tag the top of your hand on the actual oven coils or even the sides of the oven. Yeah, that's an instant burn. You can't just pull away from those. And there is no pulling away from those quickly enough. Oven mitts. Yes, oven mitts. So Banuk figures. Usually we have to follow painted markings and climb around to get to Banuk figures. We seem to be above This one. Maybe it'll be easy to come down on it somehow. Or not. It's going to be on the top of that Mesa Stone Tower.
Going down fast.
Yeah, just don't go off the edge. Just don't go all the way off the... Oh! Off the edge. Nice view of Meridian from here.
Probably Banuk.
And it's another set. We've got 2 more sets now. We can trade at Meridian. Tek-Tuk. My exile, I often envision your eyes, wide and blue and dumbstruck as the body of Signac, our chieftain, was laid before you. The Werak saw how I looked at his mate, Ely, your mother. I think I'm reading the wrong one. We read this one. We'll read them both anyways. To them, my guilt was as plain and sharp as the crack of spring ice. As they stripped me bare and left me to die on the glacier, the warmth of life departed me, but not the bitter will to hunt, to strive, to survive, perhaps to prove I needed no one, least of all those who wronged me. I am only at peace when I paint my marks and craft these offerings to you, but they will never touch the warmth of your hands. Tek-Tuk, there is much I would confess to you, but one thing I cannot. I did not kill Signac, our chieftain, who claimed to be your father. That night I was alone in my tent, drunk with cold wine, dreaming as I always did of Ely, your mother, and her sunset smile. You will never hear my testament, and my offering will never touch the warmth of your hands, but I paint my mark in the light of truth. I know what I am guilty of and what I am not. I hope against hope that in your heart you know the same. Nice. Kitchen push-puller. Investigate the garden. Let's pop back up here. There's another quest to pick up there too. Let's go investigate the garden. Maybe pick up the other side quest from the same area. And a merchant. And we got to sell off some junk. Got to sell off some junk. I think it was Neum yesterday suggested a wider range of things that I could safely sell at a merchant, because if we need to replace them, we can either loot them or buy them. So on that note, wait, is there a merchant here? There is a merchant to the north, where we're going. Go to the merchant first. You need to sell a lot of junk, not just some. That's the problem. A lot of the junk isn't really junk. They're tradable items. And since I don't know in advance what we're going to need when it comes time to trade for things I want, I hesitate to sell stuff, even the uncommon stuff, when it's creature parts. Let's see if there's anything unique on here. And I'll ask again what I asked yesterday. Did anybody who played this game end up using the Survivor heavy armor? Don't have a chest somewhere? That's inconvenient. Tell me about it. Oh yeah, if there was a stash somewhere, I would stash a lot of this stuff. So things like a Glinthawk heart. We could sell them, but we might need to trade them for some piece of armor or a weapon. course, they're replaceable. We can kill more glint hawks until we get a heart. But even when we get down into these uncommons, I'm going to save the ones which we only just got: Thunderjaw, Behemoth Lens, things like Ravager and Scrapper and Sawtooth and Glinthawk. Lenses, I'm going to try and ease up and just sell more of those. Pretty clear we don't need them most of the time. No, S7, I've already got 5 sets of heavy armor. That's a particular type of heavy armor. I think you need a refresher on what they're selling here. Look at the little pack symbols next to the armor. I have the heavy protector armor. That's the heavy armor. I have the heavy ice hunter armor. That's the heavy ice armor. I have the heavy silent armor. That's the heavy stealth armor. I have the heavy spark worker armor. That's the heavy lightning armor. I don't yet have the fire protection heavy. I do have the sickness eater heavy. So yeah, we had practically all the heavy armor. This is one we couldn't buy until now. We just got that crystal braiding yesterday, and maybe we should buy this. When the hell did I get 11,000 shards? Arrowbreaker, range defense. So if we were taking on a bunch of bandits, that might be helpful. Anything else need a crystal braiding? Luminous braiding? About in the weapons. Arts. Crystal braiding for a shadow sling. So we already bought one thing that needed a crystal braiding. So yeah, let's buy Arrowbreaker heavy. But in no way have I neglected the heavy armor. It's this particular set I was wondering about. Survivor heavy. It's elemental defense, but not specialized. So whereas the Ice Hunter has 50 freeze resist, this only has 15. But it has 15 fire and freeze and lightning and corruption. So it's a low-level elemental resist with no melee or ranged protection to speak of. And you've got the Silks heavy, which offers little protection, but is highly customizable. So yeah, and then you're really talking fashion souls. I like the way the Blazon looks. Can you guess why? I mean, we got midriff. I want the midriff armor. Anyways, let's make another pass through resources. We gotta sell more of this stuff. 9 slots is not enough. We don't need travel packs because we've got the golden travel pack. I certainly don't need 3 stacks of glaze roots, so let's sell a full stack, and then this partial stack can keep filling for a while. Shock wax, similar. Sell one of those stacks. Freeze rhyme. I don't want to leave myself with just one, but we'll sell that. Extra stack, and inevitably I'll pick up more, and it'll just fill the same slots. We're purging. It is what it is. Rich meat. We seem to have plenty of rich meat, and it's other types of meat we're a little low on. Let's sell 1 stack of rich meat. Easily replaceable. A couple items just for sale. These animal parts. We're close to maxing out all our storage packs. We just need to get a couple other weapon types to unlock some new ammo types so that we can upgrade those packs. No, we're not selling Thunderjaw or Behemoth Lens. Not at this time. Does it generate a force field? Well, maybe it should. Watcher Heart, Strider Heart, Scrapper Heart, Grazer Heart. Do we have 2 stacks of any of these? Nope. Okay. That gets us down to 82. But 18 slots is not a lot. As soon as we start picking up things, it's gonna disappear fast. Let's hang out at this merchant for a minute. We've got a little more to do. Check our carry capacity. Every category we have open except one is maxed. We need a rat bone. We gotta find a rat. And that's for our blast sling. But then there's gonna be another upgrade tier, and it's gonna require other animal parts. If I knew which ones, I'd, sell around it. But there's also more weapons to buy, like the Rattler, and I don't know what else, but more weapons probably means more types of ammo, more ammo pouches, more upgrades, more animal parts. Sitting on some treasure boxes. Detonating blast trap. I should sell as many as I have waiting for me in the treasure boxes. clear these out. So merchant, sell, detonating blast trap. This kind, let's sell 2 those. So we've been pretty well maxed on resistance. I need to get in the habit, still not in the habit, of using resistance potions when we get into big fights. Antidote is for corruption. Oh, we got some nice new coils too. We got to take a look at speccing out our weapons all over again. 42% damage coil, and 23. I don't think we need to keep the 6 or the 11, and we probably won't use the 14. But we've got plenty of room right now for resources, for mods. Tear, we've already slotted some nice tear coils. We've got some even nicer tear coils. Let's sell the uncommon ones. Fire, we've already got some better ones in weapons, and we've got these rare ones. Let's sell the uncommon. Freeze, same thing, sell the uncommon. Shock, again. Corruption. I mean, we're almost at the point where we want to sell some of these rare mods. Weaves and coils. Handling, same thing. We've got more good ones than we could possibly use. And I might have thought not to sell those. The resist melee, what do we have? 12 and 10, 7 and 6. Let's at least sell the 6. Resist freeze, we'll sell the 5. Resist shock, sell the 7s. Resist corruption. I think we've already specced out the sickness eater with 3 good ones. We don't need to save the 6. And stealth. I'll hang on to that for now. But we've got plenty of slots for mods.
See for yourself.
Good to see you.
That was 3 dog. Good to see you. Tell me that wasn't 3 dog. Modify weapons. So, man, I would like just 1 more weapon slot. Or 2. I don't mean here to hold weapons, but to actually have them. We can only choose, we can only have 4 on our quick slot. Tripcaster I want on hand. It's our basic bow, standard bow. We spec'd one of those out. This one is spec'd out for fire. We never did get a second one. Probably sell our older Karja Hunter bow that we're not using. We've got a rare tier rope caster. Also have not been using. Because I don't want to stop in the middle of a fight. Go to this menu, go to my inventory, take a weapon, slot it, then leave the menus, then go to the quick select and choose that weapon. That's not fast, that's not fluid, and that doesn't feel right mid-combat. So there might be times when mid-combat I want to use a sling and a rope caster and a bow and a trip caster, and, you know, unless you happen to have those 4 things slotted, in which case you don't have other weapons, specialized weapons. I use the sharp shot a lot. I like the tear blast arrows, and the harvesting arrows I haven't used much, but I'm still wanting to. Tripcaster. So really that gives me 2 slots to play with. I have my standard bow, which I never really take out of that slot. I use the hardpoint arrows a lot, and the fire arrows a lot. So it really comes down to 1 slot. 1 slot to swap out rope caster, sling, or blast sling. Yeah, Chronic, I imagine I won't, because it's probably my least favored of the weapons, and I don't want to take the time to slot it in the middle of combat, so I leave it unslotted, and it'll never get used for that reason. And this warbow, this is why I want an extra slot. The warbow has some nice diverse ammunition types, shock and frost and corruption, and I want to start playing with those, but it means I've got to take away the blast sling or take away something. Do I want 3 bows on my slots? 3 of my 4 slots to be bows. And this elemental sling is great too. Yeah, let's weapons, warbow, let's put that back in place to the Shadow Blast sling. But when all those Glinthawks started scrapping the bellow back in that last fight, and I slung a couple bombs in there, that was great. I still want to be able to do that. We can sell a few more things to this merchant. How about we sell some weapons we're not using? We could still specialize these Karja slings, but the same problem remains. When are we going to take the time to put them on the quick bar so we can actually use them mid-combat? It's just not going to happen. Teb made this. We can't sell this. Teb made this armor for us. We don't have to wear it, but we can't sell it. Let's mod the Arrowbreaker armor. We've got some ranged defense. So we could try and balance it out since it's not melee defense. We could put some melee defense in, but it's gonna be minimal. Have a lot of ranged. You know, do we min-max? Do we take ranged armor and add ranged defense mods? Or do we balance it out with something like melee? Play to its strengths. So since I don't have an extra, I could at least slot in some melee. Let's say we save those for... Save those? What do I already have? We've already got the Protector Heavy, and we already stacked it with a 16 and a 12 resist melee. So let's go ahead and put another 12 in here. Then at least this has a tiny bit of melee resist. Our shock armor has shock resist mods in it. Let's see if any of those can be improved. We already know that one's good. Resist shock. Let's take these out and put our best ones in. 28 and 18. It's now 96 shock resist. Our Silent Hunter has a 13 and a 6. I think at least that 6 can be replaced with something better. We've got 2 8s, a 6, and another 6. Weird, we have a 6 that's uncommon and a 6 that's rare. Kind of shows you a little of the RNG. It probably rolls the tier and then rolls the amount, and on the low end of the rare tier is the same as the high end of the uncommon tier. Just thinking out loud. Sickness Eater, we've got 30% resist corruption and 16. 16 the best we've got. Yes. And our Ice Hunter currently has 9 and 12. We can do better than that. We've now got 21 and 19. And is there any reason to keep this Nora Protector Medium? No, there really isn't. We've got Protector Heavy. It's not the armor Teb made. Let's sell that. Nora Protector Medium.
All the best goods.
We're allowed to sell it. Nora Protector Medium. Good enough. 26 slots left.
There are no shadows under the noonday sun.
Hello, Incognito. How are you doing?
You'll like what I have to say.
Why won't you sell the green? Just because I'm a hoarder. It's just instinct. Maybe I'll need it. Maybe there'll be a secondary piece of armor with the slot. Maybe I'll want to put it in there. Just hoarder instincts. Nothing rational.
You'll regret not stopping when you're in the thick of it.
It still leaves us with a resource pack that's mostly stuffed. Just to show you, I'd like to get rid of these animal parts. But until we're done upgrading pouches, it's not clear which ones we'll need. As soon as we find a rat bone and upgrade that pouch, it may require a raccoon bone or a turkey bone. And it's not such a big deal. We could sell these, and then when we need the stuff, we go looking for the stuff. Maybe that makes more sense. Maybe we should just do that. Rusted scrap. Is someone actually gonna want rusted scrap in trade? Ah! Keep them all for the fashion parade. There's the plan. That's what's up, Mega Goat. I am not used to hearing that yet. Hurt me more, Snake.
Sure as the sun's rising, he's on.
That's it! That punch!
I barely turn a profit even in the best of times, especially since I usually hand out what I can to those in need. Would you care for some fruit? Better enjoy it before someone runs off with the rest of it.
Give me the fruit!
Has someone been stealing from you?
Yes, almost every night. Not enough to force me to close shop, but definitely enough to hurt.
Have you found any sign of the thief?
Just a couple of old rinds near the storehouse. Not much to go on.
Why haven't the guards looked into it?
The gods blame the wildlife, but I doubt they believe it. I guess they have more to worry about than a woman and her livelihood.
To be fair, the wildlife here is a bit above average. I mean, you have high technology wildlife.
Is there anyone you suspect?
Very capable of doing
I've known most people here since
things raccoons
childhood.
can't.
None of them strike me as a food thief. You want to talk about other vices, however?
Yes, let's talk about other vices.
I know how to track. I could look for the thief.
Really? Thank you. You could start in my storehouse by the river. Someone must be desperate to steal rather than just ask me.
I'll see what I can find.
You a shard just to look.
How's it going, Chi?
Somewhere up north.
Fine goods for a fair price.
Only the finest goods here.
Do these side quests while we're here. I need to trim some of my mustache hairs again. They're curling up and tickling my nose.
Left a few things behind.
Like what I have for sale, I promise.
It's not what I imagined when I was a boy, but it's decent work, keeping the city safe.
Few things in the garden, huh?
What's in this bottle?
Unknown liquid, possibly toxic.
Ugh, smells like ash or rotten eggs. Better pour that out.
That happens a lot, doesn't it, Edge? And sometimes it seems like... Sometimes you gotta wonder if it was on purpose, but often enough it just seems like a mismatch in development. The voice is recorded with a certain direction, and then the character that it gets tacked onto doesn't quite look right. Examine the spyglass. Brass iron glass lens capable of moderate
Why
zoom.
would you need a spyglass in the garden?
Can't I look through it? I like how, although it's confusing sometimes, I like how the whites in this game, like the common loot markers, the white takes on a blue glow in the moonlight, often enough.
I guess she was doing some gardening.
Shovel, dents and scratches.
Something buried. No, something dug up. I must have left a trail.
A trail, you say? Although some of this is the natural evolution of game mechanics that have been in other games and were borrowed for this and other games. The way Geralt has to engage his Witcher senses and hold that player has to hold the button down. He has to stay in that mode to follow a trail. I like the way some of these mechanics have been evolved and tweaked for Horizon. If you use your focus to find a track, once you select that track, you can see it without the focus on. Hey, what do you know? That makes it so much easier and more comfortable.
Flower petals.
I think we are so lucky as gamers
Flowers from our own garden.
to live in the time we do. We're gonna see a lot of great games in our lifetimes.
Nothing definite yet. I'll let you know.
And yeah, lots of shitty ones too. But the technology offers such potential. All we need is some creativity the resources and the commitment to make
I hear King
something.
Vlad is afraid he might hurt his brother if he attacked.
And yeah, I'm just blindly following this trail.
Stay bright, always stay alert. That's what I say.
Full haptic VR. How far off can it really be at this point? People are making haptic suits. And they're kind of like old school VR and have a long way to go, but it's happening. So, Chronic, were you more excited by the new screenshots of Red Dead or disappointed by the delay? It's not really a fair either or, but...
The water. Could her father have been right, but at the wrong place? Ropes. To tie up a boat that isn't here.
Double anchorman knot. Anybody good with
She took
knots?
the boat to that
Your
island
fishing
over there.
knots?
Looks like I'm in for a long swim.
Never learned too many knots. The only named knot I remember learning ever, and I would have to look at it again to get a refresher, was a trilene. Is that right? Is there a knot called a trilene knot? Yeah, that too,
I'll
Chi.
shake it out later.
We just need a way to figure out what would please everybody, always and forever. Bet you learned overhand. Is that a part of knot making or a knot in and of itself? Edge.
Saving these for the trail. The boat. This looks promising.
Yeah, let's go running around the corner without checking first. What's the worst that could happen? Snap maw. Really, I keep going to the notebook to look at weaknesses, but you know, they're actually here. If we focus on the right parts, we can see that the freeze sack is weak to impact. Body is weak to frost, weak to fire, but strong against frost. Come get some.
Come on, then.
Come on, don't burn out before you get here. Shit, he jumped over it. What's a robot doing in the middle of the water? They're well sealed. They're well sealed. They've got that micro coating. First half of tying your shoes is an overhand knot. All right. Yeah. I bet you're right. I do, in fact, know how to tie my shoes.
Who are you? How did you learn to fight like that? What are you even doing here?
Maybe you can start by answering a few of my questions. Why did you bring flowers here?
No real reason. I'm trying to make this a place for us. For all of us.
Who's us? Is there someone else here?
No. No. I was going to surprise my friends with what I made. There's no one else here, obviously.
What are you doing on this island?
I come here to be alone.
Do you know your father fears you're dead?
I'm surprised he even noticed I was gone.
He has the whole village looking for you. He's worried.
The Snap Maw kept me. You took care of it, so thank you. I should be fine now.
Chronic.
Let's go back to the village together.
I need to finish planting my garden. Just a little more time. I'll be fine, I promise.
You know, I think I'll take a little more time too.
Thought they were done talking.
You don't need to do that.
Oh.
I really do.
I really do. I love Aloy's cynicism. She's oh! Mostly not on purpose. Just moving the controller. Chronic, I too would like them to take their time and do it right. I don't want anything rushed. We definitely don't want them to do with Red Dead anything. I mean, it's different companies, and I wouldn't expect Rockstar to miss the boat on it, but I certainly don't want them to rush it. 2 bedrolls. Totally no other people here. Did you stumble on a juggalo? Well, it's funny you say that. Neb, is that the name of the psycho dude we met by a bandit camp early in the game? We sort of decided that the little teardrop tattoos were some sort of prison tat. And if Neb had 2, then these are some vicious killers we've been meeting. I mean, look at her. She's killed like 10 people. Oh, I don't know. Did you stumble onto a juggalo? Well, you stumbled onto another person who seems to mark their kills. Cotton-lined bedroll. Maybe she just likes a double bed.
And a set of cups. She must not have been alone here. Looks like Alita has a friend.
My freshman year at Colorado State, I had a roommate. We didn't get along great. I mean, we got along okay, but I drove him out pretty well. Drove him out, and so while the dorm room basically had 2 twin beds, kind of had a half bunk bed sort of set up. After I scared my roommate off, I took the 2 twin beds and put them on the ground, a lot like these bedrolls, and I just, so my freshman year, half the year, I had a double bed. That was sweet.
Alita, if you came here to be alone, why are there 2 bedrolls? And don't lie to me this time.
By the sun, I don't know where he is.
Who?
A Thrall. He lights a fire signal when it's safe to meet him, but he's not here.
Who's a Thrall?
A friend I've known since childhood. I'd be planting in the garden and he'd dump worms down my back. I hated that. But the last few months we'd meet here and everything was different. We talked for hours. He helped me plant that garden. I couldn't wait to see him again. It's like I'm dead and only come alive when I'm here with him. Do you know what that's like?
I can't say that I do. Why keep this all secret?
Thrall is a soldier for the Carja in Shadow, stationed at the outpost across the lake. It's treason for us to even meet. How could I tell my father? How could I tell anyone?
Well then, how did you 2 arrange to meet here?
We came here as kids. After he left, I would come back sometimes. One day, I surprised him here. He smiled from ear to ear. We sat and played like we had as kids, but the war had changed him. Changed us both. We weren't kids anymore. We started meeting in secret. He'd light a fire to signal it was safe for him to leave his post at the Citadel, but last night...
He didn't come?
I've been waiting all night and all day. I haven't seen anyone but you.
Enough of this. You have to go back.
Please. If you came all this way, will you look for a trawl? He lit the fire on the island not far from here. If I go, he could be killed. We could break the ceasefire. But Honora wouldn't. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I'm so sorry.
I'll find him if I can, as long as you go home to your father.
I will. Please come find me there. I can't sleep. I can't breathe knowing a troll could be out there, hurting.
Yeah, Rivali, I haven't gotten a system in anticipation of a game that wasn't out yet in a long time. And you know what it was? For me, let me see, it might have happened twice. For the PlayStation 2, I got my PS2 because of Final Fantasy X. And turns out I don't like Final Fantasy X. Blitzball made me crazy. But, so did I do that again with the PS3? I sort of did. When I got my PS3, Final Fantasy 13 was on my radar. And, at the time, I think it was still maybe going to be a PlayStation exclusive. Wasn't 13 once going to be a PlayStation exclusive? Anyway, I got my PS3 way before Final Fantasy 13 came out. Yeah, Final Fantasy. Woo, it has driven me to buy consoles before. But I'm not sure it will again. Elida, the daughter of a Carja noble, has gone missing. We found her. Her father fears suicide, but she hopes she may be found. Go to Atral's signal fire. Yeah, at least you got Mario Maker. Still do a Twilight Princess playthrough here. I've got the HD version, which I haven't really had a chance to play. I only played as far as the first Wolf Link scene. I played through the whole game on the Wii, but not the HD version. Yeah, okay, Willow, hearing you say that brings back some more memories of it. Wasn't there a bit of a fuss at the time about whether or not the DVD restriction versus Blu-ray for the original Xbox 360s compared to PlayStation's Blu-ray player that they actually chopped out game assets on both platforms to accommodate the size limitations on a multi-disc game even on Xbox. Yeah, some of that's coming back.
There's what's left of the fire. Looks like some sort of scuffle, ending with someone being dragged away.
Edge, the Wii U always sounded like a product for kids and urination. Hey, remember the first year the iPad launched? Remember Jokes, the first year of the iPad? It might be. Woo. Is that why the first 20 plus hours of Final Fantasy 13 were one giant hallway? It might be. Playing through that game, I didn't mind the on-rails portions very much, but I always wanted to go out into the environments. They were surrounded by beautiful environments that it seemed should be explorable. That somebody better be in pain. If they're having sex up there, we'll leave them be. They're having angry sex up here.
That must be a troll.
Whoa, we're surrounded. Not surrounded, but close. Bandit camp. Hey, there he is. Saw some handrails. I wonder if any of them are, no climbable.
Want to hear him talk? Hard to believe that thing fought alongside us.
I tell you, traitors are everywhere.
Quite a few
I don't
guards
know
there.
about that.
Sure.
Maybe there's another way
As
in.
soon as it gets a little hard, people give up. Want to do the easy thing instead of the right thing. Listen to him. You've been at it for years. Guaranteed. Look that far, ignorance makes you out of some place.
I read something about that, Rivali changing what you had to gather. Like...
Than we are.
Whoa! Doing a full round. Let's wait for that guy to come around again, and we'll grab him.
I'm itching to fight again. Standing around is not what I signed up for.
What are you gonna do when we take back Meridian?
Get a little revenge on the bungs who sent us here. I say they owe us.
I like
How
the
they
word
like
bung in
starving
this
the
game.
streets.
They like to say they're the good
They're
guys.
each tilted inward a
But I
little
don't see
bit.
them sending us
I have a
food.
feeling if I
They got all
approach
the
here,
land.
the guy on the left will see me, and if I
Yeah.
approach from the right, the
They
guy on the
wanted
right
to
will see
ceasefire.
me.
Figured starvation
But I'm
would
tempted
finish
to
the
go in
job
with a
for 'em.
strong swing. I think I could kill them both with one small, or one strong swing.
Killed his own father. And tries to act like
Won't be
he's
very
the
stealthy,
rightful heir.
though.
I heard he did. I'm done. Am I done?
Quietly.
Well, with everybody coming up, we don't want to be too quiet. Don't want to be too quiet. In fact, you know what? Let's do it. Let's stage a half retreat until they lose sight. I don't think they're going to figure out I'm hanging from the wall here. Let them scamper
Getting
about.
up.
Ooh, is that our last tall neck?
Probably still got company. Look alive.
There's our last tall neck out there. Nice. You wearing your sneaky pants? I'm wearing my sneaky pants. Got my Depends too. You know, just in case. Yeah, Willow. Sounds like you you remember all that deal with the discs. Yeah, HD DVD. Betamax for the new generation. I remember the fuss over that and how the equipment that was used to manufacture DVDs could be readily upgraded for the HD DVD standard, whereas Blu-ray was going to take basically all new hardware. And anyways, they both had similar potentials as a format. You all know which one won. Sure, you fired enough arrows into that dude's face. You might be surprised how many arrows to the face some of these guys can take. Like that.
I can see it.
That's right, come upstairs. Come upstairs. How badly could it go? What the hell was that noise? Hello! It looked like he dodged it.
Sometimes crazy is the best way to go.
More often than you might think. Before we talk to a Troll, I want to finish looting, just in case they come, you know, warp us somewhere in the cutscene. When given the choice between fight or flight, that dude settled on freeze. He has law enforcement nightmares. Was all he could do. Been treated kind of rough.
A troll. Are you a troll? Elita sent me.
Alita? I was gonna ask her to leave with me. To go into the Outlands. Somewhere out in the sun where no shadow could reach us. But we wouldn't have made it. They would have followed me. I know now. Alita, tell her they never learned about our island. She's safe. Give her this. Tell her it's worth it.
Got his arm guard.
A troll?
Or maybe that was offensive.
Or a troll. And poor Lita.
What was up with his face? I'm not sure I noticed.
The scrapes.
He had the weird rider teeth baring, pained expression. Sometimes it looked like he had no teeth. Kind of glad I missed that. I didn't register. And his forehead glowed.
Definitely awake now.
She no longer on the island? Nope, she's across the way. I take the boat. Rhodocon, good day to you. I did, you're right. We told her to go back to her father. With all the lines and dots, objective markers, and compasses, and the way we navigate in games from A to B because we're being told to go there. Another example of leaning too heavily on it. I didn't stop to think, yeah, she's home. Where is that marker actually? Started heading for the marker. Oh, it's in that direction. She must be still on the island. Hey, Terry. Hi, Jay in chat. Hi, Terry. Been lurking, but you need to leave in a little bit. What do you have going on today? Oh, dentist. Everybody's favorite appointment. I do actually like going for cleanings, but nothing else.
Fine goods for a fair price. I've got all the best goods here.
Wares. Someone has a plan for victory, and it better be us. Check out these wares.
I'll give you a good price. For an hour about another woman. Hunter's Lodge. He needs a better pastime.
Yeah, dentist and paperwork is just a nasty combo. Not that dentist paperwork is worse than other paperwork, but nobody likes going to the dentist, and nobody likes doing paperwork. God, combining those two, that's just mean.
Don't say it. I know he's gone.
The Shadow Carja found him. But you should know, he never betrayed you. He wanted you to have this key.
It's the key to the lock he gave me. He said our lives were locked together. Thank you for bringing it back. For all you did for us.
He said it was worth it. All of it. Are you all right?
No. But I will be soon.
Are you saying what I think you're saying? Elita, no. Look at me.
What she's contemplating is not a rational act. Reasoning with her. I'm not gonna do that.
Look at me. I can't imagine how you're feeling. But you don't have to go it alone. Your father was crushed when he thought you were dead.
Crushed. He still treats me like a perfect doll. His prized possession. No. With the Troll gone, I'm all alone. It isn't worth it.
Wait, Elita. I was wrong about what a troll said. He didn't say it was worth it. He said it is worth it. All of it. Our losses can feel overwhelming. But they remind us of our connections to others, to a Troll, even to your father. A Troll would have wanted you to remember that and go on. I know it. Now will you?
I'll try.
Please, let me get your father. Will you talk to him?
I guess.
That was dark. I think we've talked her out of killing herself for the moment.
Stirring up tensions. I'm keeping my eyes open.
I should have given you a token for your kindness in finding Elita. Is something wrong?
Elita needs you to listen. Right now. Go to the garden, quickly.
I will. At once.
Don't ask me where to go if you're lost. I'm a guard, not the town crier.
Well, looks like they're talking. We had one more side quest over here. Followers still here. Woo, was that for me? 'Cause I will never become an expert in explosives. Unless we're talking self-inflicted damage.
The Nora were all born in a sunless day, if you ask me.
This barrel's been moved recently. There we go. Tracks.
Ah, Tiny Tina. The voice work for Aloy is really good, and I kind of thought, after being told that, you know, same voice actress as Tiny Tina, I figured I would keep hearing Tiny Tina in my head while playing this. It hasn't happened. And I really like the voice work. Aloy is generally not willing to put up with anyone's shit, and it comes out in the voice. She gets fed up with people when they do silly things. I like hearing that in her voice. raccoon, isn't it? We need a rat. Remember, we need rat parts. Figured we might get a few for one swing. Did not happen like that, though. Investigate the area. Hey, there's a rat. Or is it a fish under the... It's a rat! Most important thing here is that rat. In fact, let's just deal with that rat first. No special parts. Oh. Yeah. I think we could all go for that if Aloy would scream, "Burn all the babies!" One of those fire guys exploded. That would be awesome. They support this. Is that another rat? Oh, it's a raccoon. These critters are all so far away. Investigate the area. How wide an area are we talking about? Small area.
Spoiled fruit. The rabbits seem to like it, though.
Well, that's why there's rabbits all around, huh?
Oh, look. That thief dropped more fruit for me to follow. I can see it in all this grass.
Let me track that for some reason. Maybe because we're only going 10 feet.
I wonder if my focus can pick anything up.
Yeah, I've been working on that. I would love to have a focus device. Although, if anybody has seen Black Mirror, they had an episode which was not exactly about a focus-like device. It basically had everyone with an implant where they could, kind of like a built-in GoPro. It's something that's recording everything. Every moment of your life from your perspective is being recorded, and you can rewind and play back. Man, did that lead to some horrible shit.
That'll help.
A weird decision to give us this trail of fruit instead of a normal trail that we can tag and follow without having to turn the focus on and off. This might be the first time we've had to follow a trail and turn the focus on and off every few seconds in order to stay on it.
Could use my focus. See what it turns up.
Can't whistle for bellowbacks. I don't know what that's about. It happened earlier. I thought it was a fluke, but it looks like you can't whistle for bellowbacks.
Is this the last of the fruit?
God, I hope so.
Okay, boars, out of the way so I can have a look.
Invincible boar. Hello.
Trail of footprints this time.
You mean a normal trail? Nice. Where'd the turkey go? I'm confused. I think I need a break. It is also break time after we... Hey, it's a rat! It's a rat! Where'd the rat go? You are not getting away. Not the parts we needed. No, Remy! That was an evil rat. It is known.
Must have climbed up.
Yeah, Chronic, hook me up. What's a good spot for rats? Not invincible. Oh. Oh. Check something on Glinthawks. Their freeze sack doesn't have a particular weakness. Ah, Chronic, yeah, I do. I know exactly which one you're talking about. That's a good spot for rats, huh? Yeah, we saw rats at the beginning of the game. Why wouldn't it be? Also. I guess that one's scripted. I didn't even go down the... Okay. It obviously scripted into this encounter.
Forgive me! Forgive me!
Alright, Rotacon, we'll see you later.
And he's in trouble. Scavenger.
Well, Chronic, I think we'll make a special trip there just to get the rat bits we need.
If I can't find something, maybe my focus can.
Did he run off? Run off.
These will keep. Shadows are getting long.
Talk to me, fruit thief.
Thank you, Savage. You saved me from the sun's judgment.
I did what now?
I left the misery of Sunfall not long ago, knowing that I'd never be welcome back in Meridian. So, I've been stealing food from a woman at Bright Market just to survive. But the Glinthawks must be the judgment of the sun.
You believe it attacked you because you were stealing.
Why else? What if I beg forgiveness from the lady? Will that absolve me and save me from the Glinthawks?
Try it.
I took care of the Glinthawks, but yes, you should return and apologize. The woman you stole from is kind. She'll forgive you.
The sun has spoken. Thank you again, Savage. May the sun light your way.
Great. People finally stopped calling me outcast, and now it's Savage.
I think he ate too much rotten fruit. It went right to his head. But we leveled! We finally got the full first tier of skills. What are we saving up for today? Strong Strike will give us a boost to Silent Strike. How about those two? Strong Strike and the plus version. Fast Reload. Longer combat override. Either way, we'll need some more points. I've been hearing 50. So we're pretty close. 10 levels off is not much. We're gaining levels a lot faster than we're doing quests. It is 50. Cool. Well, we've got a couple turn-ins. Let's do that after break. It's break time. I need to take a break here. I need to go stretch. Maybe you need to go stretch. We've been here 2.5 hours. If you were here at the start, it's definitely break time. Let's play some tunes. Doesn't have to be a long break. How about about 8 minutes? Let's go with 8 minutes. I'll see you in a few. Meet you back here.